clear the garage, please. Car ready to leave. There's only one lap of fuel remaining. Let's go. "30 seconds left in the session.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. Hamilton, Bottas, and Max Verstappen. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. What was the secret of your qualifying pace? You didn't practice much this week. You left some body work out. Great. Well, that's everything.
Great. I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Welcome along then to the North Sea coast and Zandvoort, 25 miles away from Amsterdam, and the host for today's Dutch Grand Prix. It's a race the great Jim Clark won on 4 occasions, leading for an astonishing total of 370 laps. Zandvoort circuit then, 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation changes to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6 mile lap. And watch out for cars making use of the DRS zone into turn 1 to try and overtake. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's begin by talking about Antonio Giovinazzi. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be. It's about effective damage limitation.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Sainz, Sebastian Vettel and Stroll, King, Leclerc, Ocon and Pierre Gasly, Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Lando Norris and Kvyat, Perez, Magnussen, Romain Grosjean and George Russell. Latifi and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So, hello and welcome to the race. Obviously, thought I wouldn't do commentary for qualifying. But here we go then, for the race, obviously. Qualified 7th then there. I believe we're behind, well, we were pretty much identical to last season's laps in qualifying, except we qualified this time behind our teammate, not ahead of our teammate. But anyway, obviously formation lap now for the race, obviously, and yeah, we'll see what we can do then hopefully in this Grand Prix. Hopefully we can have a pretty decent Grand Prix. As we're getting heat into our tyres and here on the formation lap. Obviously a pretty good Grand Prix over the weekend at Mugello. Really enjoyed that one. Don't know about obviously you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy Mugello. I certainly did. Thought it was quite interesting. The race, lots of incidences. Maybe some that we'll talk about actually during the race. Probably the biggest one was probably the safety car restart on lap 7. That was certainly a very, very big incident. Obviously not really too sure who to blame really for it, if there was anyone to blame. Personally, some looking at the footage, well, some are saying George Russell, a lot of people saying Kvyat. There seems to be a few people you could point fingers at, I think. However, I just think really it's actually the FIA's fault. And yeah, I don't think it's the drivers, I think the FIA. But anyway, 5 red lights. lights out, and away we go then for the Dutch Grand Prix. It's been a good start by us on, obviously, the clean side of the grid. We've sort of had to go a little bit wide, then into turn one due to Vettel braking slightly early as we run side by side with our teammate Lance Stroll, who's alongside me, who's Vettel's teammate for next year, obviously in real life, obviously. So obviously through then the first few corners, not too sure of the corner names here, but yeah, first lap up to 6th behind Carlos Sainz in the McLaren, and that's a pretty alright start. So we were the lead of the two racing points ahead of Ocon, then Stroll, and then I believe you got Albon further down the field behind Leclerc, who's in 9th, and then Albon 10th. So yeah, pretty mixed grid right now, as Hamilton bolting away from the field already, looking very comfortable he is, as we go a little bit wider than there. But we will use a bit of ours to help us off the corner then. So Hamilton clearly out in the front, commanding this race, followed by Verstappen, Bottas, Vettel, Sainz, then myself. Ocon is a little bit behind us. Then you got Stroll, and then obviously Leclerc and Albon. So lap 2 of the 18. We're about to complete that now. We get very close to the wall there.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it.
So we're going to turn up the fuel mix just a little bit then here. What lap we're stopping? Lap 10. We've got a 1.2 second lead now over, obviously, Ocon, the Renault, then Stroll 1.8 seconds behind. In the mid-sector, I find really difficult actually here. I find like the AI certainly have the advantage, but in the final sector, I feel like we're pretty good, and first sector we're pretty good. So I believe Ocon wasn't in the DRS range of me there, as we lose a lot of time. We've been doing that so far all weekend right now. As we lose rear just a little. Obviously that won't help. Lap 4. Oh, come on. Can't keep making mistakes like that. So, feel like tyres are going away now. And feel like, yeah.
They have some kind of mechanical problem.
So Lance Stroll, apparently mechanical problem.
Gap ahead is 2.6
So that obviously not good news for Lance, as we not only become the lead racing point, but by the looks of it, the only racing point without a problem. Whatever that problem is, not too sure. How much will it affect Lance? Again, not too sure there either. Ideally, don't want it to affect him too much as we go a little bit sideways. Ocon really now starting to apply some pressure as we're just not feeling the grip. Not sure whether we made a bit of contact there with Ocon. And we certainly made contact there as Ocon puts his car down the inside, sends us a little bit sideways, and Ocon, a bit rude there.
You can win that place back.
But neither here or there. Seems like both of us Racing Points have got problems right now. I'm just not feeling particularly quick. I'm getting a lot of slide in the car. While Stroll has whatever technical issue and isn't particularly quick full stop. So it's gonna be a long race then here by the looks of it. And you can see, like, just sliding so much.
Understood, stopping this lap.
I'm gonna come in, get a fresh sound. Might go over hards actually. Even though mediums could be the faster way to go. I think we'll go mediums, just get on mediums, because I prefer to defend at the end of the race. Track position here, and we got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is an absolute joke. Even though, yeah. Anyway, in we come. And we'll go a new set of mediums, and away we go.
Release. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
So Latifi quite far back here. Just want to wait till the DRS zone, then we'll take him. And the reason why I'm waiting for the DRS, just so we can get a little bit of straight line speed. In though, Mercedes versus Mercedes in a straight line. Obviously that one is always going to be a bit difficult. Right. Ocon's just come into pit, so Ocon might be defending from the undercut here. It's going to be close on the pit exit here. Have we got Esteban? I think we do. And we just come out ahead of Esteban Ocon then here, as we do get the undercut done. So now we're ahead, and we've only actually got 1 lap older tyres than Esteban Ocon. So Esteban obviously knew that the undercut, well, that we went for the undercut. He knew of the threat that we were that he was facing, and clearly we've come out ahead of Esteban there as we've spun the car. Quite easy to lose a rear end in these cars, not gonna lie, and do a spinella. Obviously they're so sensitive, these ones, at the rear. Compare that to many years ago, and actually they were a little bit less sensitive at the rear. His teammates in.
Lance is in for his stop.
So 8 laps to go, that's all we gotta do, and we should have P6 today. We're trying to eke out our lead further over Ocon right now.
Magnussen is stopping now.
So, lap 11 of the 18. So we dip wheel into the gravel. Again, dipping wheel into the gravel, that's certainly not going to help.
We're leading our teammate by 7.0 seconds.
However, we still stay in front right now, which is obviously the good thing. As we go very much wide, make a mistake, and that has allowed Ocon to come through. We also clatter the wall. So Ocon is now passed. But race still isn't over. Still a few laps to go. But that error has cost us right now. For now, P6 in the race.
Okay, try to overtake him.
They're using up some of that fuel we got on board now. The remainder of it almost.
Burn some of this energy. Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
We again go through the gravel this time. This time we take out Charles Leclerc. I'm just gonna use a flashback from here.
Is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
As Ocon gets a bit of a slide, that's good news. So a little bit of slide from Ocon as we
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
head up the hill once again. So 3 laps to go. So 2 laps should hold on to P7 so long we don't make error. Can we get P6? I think that's a little bit too much to ask for. As Ocon does make just a tiny error, that tiny error gives us a sniff of the rear end of Ocon's car. So now we should be able to get a little bit closer. We are gaining fastest final sector as well on that lap. So we're going to make a pass. We've got to make it this lap at some point. As we get a good run, is this the moment? As we go side by side, we sort of muscle our way into a overtaking potential opportunity, but we can't make it stick. As we run a little bit wide, and we've clattered the barrier.
Sit tight, the marshals are on their way.
That was a bit stupid, but yeah. Okay, we'll accept the result as P7. But we did have an opportunity there, at least, at the end of the race.
Guys moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
As we make a mistake, hell no. Yeah, P7. We probably deserved that, like P7, but clearly we weren't good enough for 6th. So, yeah, that is what it is at the end of the day. And that is the end of the race then. But yeah, Max Verstappen I think won it. I think Lewis Hamilton must have came then 2nd, Bottas probably 3rd.
After showcasing some incredible driving.
Yep.
There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams.
So Bottas does get 3rd, then very good race for the Red Bull team. And that's the end of obviously that then. In terms of standings, 25 points so far. We're a fair few points behind. Otherwise, that was pretty much it.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes moved to the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out.
So our teammate does finish in 10th, as we still 5th in the championship. Right now, we've still got a bit of a battle on our hands by the looks of it this season, because Renault seems, well, Renault right now are ahead of us in the championship, in both championships, really. So, yeah, a bit of a fight on our hands for 4th place in the Constructors right now.
That was an exciting race from our perspective.
Obviously, there are tracks that, well, will suit me, but there are also tracks that won't suit me, and I'm not saying this was one of those tracks that don't suit me. I'm probably a bit more 50-50 around here. As in, yes, I can drive the circuit, but it isn't my strongest circuit. And, yeah, it's one that, if we get a decent result at, you gotta take it. Like, we've started the season well, but, recently, we've sort of fallen a bit backwards, you could argue. Otherwise, that's about it, really. So that's it then for today's video. Until the next time, round number 5. Have a great day. Please subscribe, like and share the video. Have a great day.